Hi friends, Man with Into Mobile. Today we're taking a look at a pair of really cool HTC handsets. You have the HTC One X and the HTC One S. Both are landing in the United States soon. The One S will be on T-Mobile. The One X will be on AT&T. We wanted to give you a look at both side by side and just give you an idea of what they can do and how they compare to each other. The One X has a 4.7-inch screen, 720p resolution. It's big, it's bright, it's beautiful. It's very responsive, videos look great, so games and photos. The 4.3-inch screen on the One S is a QHD AMOLED. It's nice, but it's not quite as nice as the X, because you have better, or you have more just grainier icons. I felt it's nothing too horrible, but if you're coming from say an iPhone 4 or 720p screen, you'll notice it. Both have Sense 4. With Android ice cream sandwich underneath. It's good. I like it. Some of you may not like the Sense aesthetic, but it's just a visually pleasing way, I think. You notice this one kind of slips on this covering. Well, that's the backing is a machine precision polycarbonate with a piano gloss finish. It doesn't slip in your hand just on this material. I actually really like the design of this. It's a very like elegant way, I think, to combine the power in here. It's thin, it's light, it's beautiful, it's attractive. I think it looks really good. The One S is also pretty nice as well. The in-hand feel is pretty amazing. It feels really comfortable in your hand. This one is incredibly light. It's very thin. It's a very subtle, beautiful. They both have the same design DNA. You can see that. But this one's just a little more, I guess, low-key and understated, even though it's still a really well-designed device. So that, depends on your personal preference on which form factor you prefer. I like the One X just because I like the larger screen, but the One S is a really nice device in of itself. So let's see how these two compare. This is the international version, which has a Tegra 3 quad-core processor, and the One S has a dual-core Snapdragon. So we're just going to run a couple benchmarks. This Quadrant standard benchmarking app. I'm not a huge believer in benchmarking numbers meaning that much, because as you saw from my demonstrations, both the actual in-hand and real-life usage was pretty smooth. Both were quick. Launching apps was smooth. Switching between apps was also nice. But I know a lot of you care about this. So we're going to check it out. And these do have meaning because, the more power a device has, the more potential it has to provide a better experience. Notice the difference in screens too in that one. Oop. Here's Blake. So you have on the One S, you have a 4930, and on the One X, you have a 4802. Well ahead of the Galaxy Tab and the Nexus. Alright, let's try another one. Quadrant sometimes does favor screens with lower resolution. This is CF Bench. It is a benchmarking app for multi-core processors. This one takes a couple minutes, so I'm actually going to cut away, but we'll be right back to it, and you can rest assured I didn't do anything to it. Alright, these two are finished now. So let's take a look at the results. Right there at the bottom you see how far ahead the One X and its quad-core processor is above Galaxy S2. I need to update those comparisons. But that's score 24,162, 6057, 13,299. Let's see how the S fared. Also ahead, for the most part, 12,795, 7489, 9611. A little bit behind the One X, and as I mentioned before, those are just numbers, so what does that mean to you? Let's take a look at some games. This is Riptide. racing game. Gonna have to try to figure out how to play two at once. Alright. Tap the boost meter. Both are running pretty smoothly. You can see the side by side. This is difficult. Let's go. So this is the One X on the quad core. Looks really good. Look at the water physics on there. I'm not that good at this game. Alright, now let's get to the One S. It's pretty good too. Not quite as good as the One X. I think the One X is looks a bit better. Maybe a little smoother, and you notice the water physics are different. But this is, I'd still be very happy playing a game of this quality on a phone. Alright, let's take a look at another game. Let's look at Shadowgun. We'll look at the One S first, since it seems to be loading.
Are you there? Yeah, I am. Modules destroyed. You picking anything up on your scanners yet?
I still cannot initiate scanning sequence. We are being jammed.
Which means the good doctor is expecting us.
Looks pretty good.
And the nuclear missiles were also an excellent indicator.
Sarah, was that
Solid 3D graphics.
No, I will attempt to locate alternate frequencies. Sarah out.
Notice it's smooth, you can move around. I'm at the control panel. Look at the smoke effects there. Pretty solid. Alright, now let's see how it looks on the One X. We're going to watch that same sequence just for comparison's sake.
We are being jammed.
Which means the good doctor.
This one looks good too. It looks a bit better. I'm not sure if that comes through. I think part of that might be the screen too, but yeah. This one looks a bit smoother. Notice how quickly it's responding to that. You can look at the smoke effects over here. They just look a little bit more realistic on this one. Well, as realistic as this scenario is. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's like console quality style, pretty much. So that's good. Of course, those games, you know, sometimes can be optimized for the Tegra chip. But let's see something like Angry Birds Space, which is still not super graphically intense, but this latest version is actually really good. Oh, shit. Let me go back. That's not a good level to show off. So we'll just see how this looks. It's good. High quality. This one has high quality graphics too, particularly for Angry Birds, and I actually really love this one. Okay, looks pretty good too. So on these the One S can do great 2D graphics as well, and the 3D graphics aren't that bad. I do have to give the edge to the One X though, but you know, both are still pretty solid devices. So overall, like them both. Prefer the One X just slightly because I like the larger size, I like the horsepower in it, but I also think that the One S is a very nice device that will make a lot of you happy. So that's a quick comparison of the HTC One X and the One S. Thanks for watching.